Hi, Northview. This is Jason Fry, Student Ministries Pastor of New Hope Church in Hermiston, Oregon. Pastor Norm, by email, asked me to provide for you some video of me leading worship, not just me leading worship, but kind of the reaction to try to get, and I get it, to try to figure out, how people respond to worship when I lead worship. I didn't really have anything, but I did find some video footage from a missions trip that we took this last summer, 2014, in the month of June. But I thought it important to at least include some context of what was going on here, because I didn't really look at it as normative. However, the young people in the youth group tend to be pretty expressive in their worship. They come from all different kinds of church backgrounds, including charismatic and even some Catholic background. Obviously, New Hope is an evangelical conservative church, and so that's kind of our bent and flavor on how we approach this whole worship thing. But when we were down there, we were working with Youth with a Mission. Youth with a Mission, of course, is all over the place theologically, but this particular base in Dinuba, California, tends to come from maybe a little more of a charismatic side. And so they're very, very expressive in their worship, and they just love Jesus. One of the things that we noticed was when I was leading worship for the main group, when everybody was there, that some of their kids, some of the base kids, would get out these flags and they would wave them around while we were worshiping. Well, that was new to us. Most of the kids had never seen that before. I hadn't really experienced that much. And so later on that week, when we got together and had a worship time of our own, the kids kind of sort of wanted to experience that, if you will. And so they got out the flags too as we were worshiping. So I wouldn't call it a normative event, but I think it's a good example of when I lead worship, young people and even adults alike, it tends to kind of free them up, if you will, and maybe do some things that wouldn't be normative to them. Again, I just want to remind, I come from a pretty traditional, pretty conservative background, and so things like waving flags and stuff like that is not normative for us. However, I thought I would give you a context for the video that you're about to watch. Also, it's very raw. It is not professional. It's some guy holding the camera, so I apologize for that. But at any rate, it'll give you at least some context of kind of providing an idea of not only when I lead worship and how I lead worship, but how people respond to that, and how there were adults there as well, and so it'll kind of give you an idea of how they do it. At any rate, it's terribly humiliating, by the way, revealing, but I hope that you're able to look at it, and I hope at least it gives you some context and some idea until maybe a time when I can either produce, maybe a little better video, or I can come out there and kind of let you see who I am and things like that. At any rate, enjoy. It's pretty funny. So.